Okay, hello creepy kids and Sideshow oddities. This is Aiden. I'm back again. We've got a great big stack of these awesome Sideshow hats, and I'm going to be drawing on them just for some lucky people. To find out how you can get one of these, please follow the Sideshow social posts. They'll have all the information on how to get one of them. I personally don't know. The whole dealio is they're giving me a cookie if I draw on all these hats. And it better be a good cookie! So, let's begin. Okay, if you want a chance to win one of these, follow along. They'll look nice on your pretty head, and if you happen to have more than one head, well, try your luck and see if you can win a second one. So why don't we start with drawing, what the heck, let's start with one of Sideshow's most popular Halloween horror icons, Mort. So, let's see how well I can actually draw on one of these. Okay, that's not so bad. Okay, Mort, I know, is super popular with Sideshow fans. I think he's been around with Sideshow for a lot longer than even I have. He's probably been around a lot longer than most living people because he's dead. Okay, so we're going to draw some happy face. I don't know how much you guys can see while I'm drawing. Sorry, it's just the angle. You can't really see him from my point of view, but I don't think you'd want to see from my point of view, considering what I usually do all day. Anyway, so Mort's a zombie. Zombies are still super friggin' popular in movies and games and all sorts of stuff. People can't seem to get enough of these friggin' things. But what the heck, if it makes people happy, nothing makes people happier than the thought of being torn apart and having your brain eaten, but whatever. Yeah, so zombies. Let's see. Zombies I like. Zombie stuff I'm into. Zombies in horror movies go back pretty far, at least as far to the Halperin film White Zombie with Bela Lugosi, who's always awesome. A lot of what we know about zombies was defined by George Romero in the classic Night of the Living Dead, which is always fun to watch. Both White Zombie and Night of the Living Dead are actually in the public domain, so if we ever do a watch a movie video stream along, just let us know in the comments if you'd like to see such a thing, and we'll all get together and watch a movie we don't need to pay broadcast rights to. Let's see, how much of this can we actually see? Okay, well, he's coming along. I have to keep on angling it like this because that's just how it goes. And we're going to make Mort happy for a change. He's just had a nice, delicious brain. Anyway, yes, zombies. Other zombie films that I enjoy, Return of the Living Dead is fun. Linnea Quigley is always fun to watch for obvious reasons. One of my all-time favorite zombie movies, not really going to be a surprise to anybody, is Shaun of the Dead. Edgar Wright and Simon Pegg, and kicking off the extremely well-executed Cornetto trilogy. I think everybody loves that movie. As for zombie movies you guys like, let us know in the comments below, because I always love hearing about what people recommend, because I like to expand my horizons too, even in stuff as horrifying and disgusting as flesh-eating ghouls. Anyway, let's just chug it along. Get some of those happy hands in there. We're gonna paint in a nice happy zombie. There we go. I'm sorry to say that we are right underneath an airline, so you're going to be hearing a lot of airplanes throughout this whole video. I'm so sorry about that, guys. Whatever. What are you going to do? Let's give Mort a snack. What have we got here? What's he got? It is a little brain food going on there. Oh, good Lord, he found the brain of Abby someone. Abby Normal. Which is also one of my very favorite, not just Halloween viewing, any time of the year. That's a wonderful movie. Let's see, so far so good. He needs more flies. Okay, what has green skin, rotting teeth, and flies? The answer is Mort. He's coming along there. We can do a little bit more. Let's get out our bigger pen. There we go. It's actually kind of nice. So we had the issue with Drawtacular where I did not check my drawing materials and some of them were dried out. This marker happens to be dried out, but the nice thing about that is that you can get some nice texture. I'm just doing sort of a feathering effect to, I don't know, kind of define it a little bit more. Just want him to look as nice as possible because, you know, he's got such a huge fan base with all of you Sideshow geeks out there that we want you to wear this hat with pride. Okay. Coming along. Okay. Do 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 do. Tra la 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 la. I hope I'm not humming something that is copyrighted. What's a nice public domain tune we can all sing together? Old MacDonald had a farm. I don't know. Okay, lovely. So far so good, guys. Let's see what happens. So I have a silver metallic pen here, and usually on paper, this, you know, it would be like shiny and reflective. It might give it a little bit of a gray tone here, so I'm going to experiment with this. Maybe this will work, maybe it won't, but the difference is that instead of getting like something too shiny, it'll come across as sort of a grayscale, which is, it's an effect I like to do. And if it doesn't work, at least we gave it a try. That's the fun with making art is, you know, a lot of experimentation, a lot of trial and error. A lot of people who are, you know, just starting to draw seem to put a lot of pressure on themselves to make a masterpiece right off the bat. And I'm going to tell you now, there's a lot of messing up when you're making art, but that's totally fine. That's the thing about it is I wish people wouldn't put so much pressure on themselves because I think that's the reason why they either give up or they start using AI like, you know, lazy morons, but I can say that. But, you know, I did see some very nice drawings that people posted in the comments thread when we did Drawtacular. Those were always wonderful to look at. And if you guys are drawing out there, it doesn't matter if you've just started doing it or if you've been doing it for a long time, you know, we love to see your stuff. So please always, you know, share what you've done. And, you know, we like to encourage artists of the present and the future. So keep drawing. Definitely keep drawing, and someday you'll get paid to draw it on a baseball cap. What do we think, guys? What do we think? We got a nice mort you can wear on your head. I think that'll do it for now. Maybe I'll come back to it in a bit, or maybe we'll call it done. We'll figure it out. So, what the heck? That's good enough for now. Okay, let's see. We'll do another one. Checking my emails because I am technically at work right now. So the next one we are going to do is Frankenstein. In particular, this one is going to be based on Sideshow's awesome Frankenstein statue that just came out or pre-ordered. Check the website for more details. This is a beautiful piece for any horror lover, and I'm going to see if I can do it justice because the sculptors and the artists who worked on this thing did a marvelous job. The Frankenstein design they went with is a beautiful, sort of a conglomeration of all sorts of Frankensteins. There's a lot taken from Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley's original description of the creature, which has, you know, huge misshapen form, this rotting yellowish skin that's like pulled tight across the bones, which is pretty accurate to the way she described it. There's a lot of homages in this design to, I think, like all sorts of the cinematic representations of the Frankenstein monster. And of course, there's a lot of just good old-fashioned imagination. This is a character who's been around for a long time. I think Frankenstein, Dracula, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde probably hold the record for literary characters with the most adaptations in media. That's a statistic I just made up right now. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not, but I wouldn't be the least bit surprised because Frankenstein has just been part of our the pop culture zeitgeist for a long time now, and rightfully so. It's a beautiful story, beautiful book. Read it if you haven't, and of course, the best thing you could do with it is check out this statue. Okay, so far this is what we got. It doesn't look like much at the moment, but you know, you just chugging away at it, seeing what we can find. Oh boy. We're gonna take the liberty of shadowing one of the eyes. You see, he's coming along there. Now, usually when I'm drawing on paper, what I would do is like lay down a really quick outline with like a blue pencil or red pencil or whatnot. That's usually the case so that I can keep stuff like proportions accurate, so I can keep the pose looking really good. In this case though, because I'm drawing on fabric and material that doesn't really allow that, I just kind of have to proceed straight to the inks, which is it's a bit of a challenge, but you know, it's kind of hard to be off model with a creature that looks like this. So I think if he comes out looking a little weird, it's like, who's gonna notice? Okay, so that's mostly his head. Yeah, he's coming along there. This is a big figure form. The statue has like this very nice design for him, wearing the furs. He's got all sorts of metallic bits sticking out of him. It's very, very well done. Beautiful, beautiful piece. So of course I hope I'm doing it justice, because there are, you know, a lot of talented people worked on this thing, and here I am just scribbling out as best as I can. Okay. Okay. It's coming along pretty well, I guess. You know, if not, then whatever, I tried. And that's okay. Just keep trying. Keep chugging along, keep doing it. Yes. And don't be afraid to make something that looks ridiculous, because, you know, draw it anyway. If you don't like it, then you've learned something. You can learn a lot doing bad drawings too, and believe me, I've done a lot of bad drawings. Hopefully not this one, but okay. There's another airplane overhead. Sorry about that, guys. I swear it's the same airplane that just goes around in a circle. Probably spying on me. It's definitely spying on me. I can't stand the thought that people are watching me draw. It just like really drives me crazy. Uh-oh. Hello, everybody. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, this is what we got so far. It's looking alright. Yeah, why not? Okay, I'm gonna put down some solid black lines just to help give it a little more form. I really wish I could angle this better, so hopefully everybody out there can see more of the progress I'm making. I'm going back to my very dried out marker here to get, which is actually giving a very nice texture to that the fur coat he wears, so I'm at a weird angle here, so bear with me. So yeah, Sideshow and Frankenstein, their history go back pretty far. There is a very old piece from a long time ago. I believe it was based on artist Bernie Wrightson, rest in peace, his design. You'd have to check through the archives for that. And it's a happy tradition that the studio continues, is giving life to the monsters, because Sideshow and monsters go back a long way. I don't know which ones I can mention, but I'm sure the social team will be able to share whatever. Okay, I'm gonna try just a little bit of the silver pen again, just to see what kind of results we get. Yep, and I'm thinking this will probably do it. Whatever, it's good enough. And here we go. Frankenstein, or Frankenstein's monster. I'm so sorry. Everybody, you have a right to chase after me with pitchforks and torches for just calling him Frankenstein. I don't know. There's a lot of nitpickers out there who won't like that. Whatever. This is Frankenstein's monster based on Sideshow statue, available now. Check out the website. It comes in both color, black and white, chocolate, vanilla, and swirl cone. Or check the website for details. Anyway. Okay. 2 down, 3 to go. I'm going to take a really quick break. Break's over. Okay, let's do another one. So, let's see here. We'll do something a bit more Halloween-y. So, or a bit in the Halloween tone. Let's go with a werewolf. Or a warwolf, if you're part of my, if you enjoyed The Greatest Show Ever. Okay, so the werewolf I'm going to draw is going to be very animalistic in design. Werewolves, whether or not they look like literal wolves or they are a bit more anthropoid, you can't really go wrong either way because there's been a lot of great representations of both. More anthropoid werewolves go as far back as Werewolf of London and especially the Wolfman with Lon Chaney Jr., Jack Pierce makeup. It's still a beautiful design that holds up very well. More animalistic werewolves, of course, were a big development in the 1980s with films like The Howling and American Werewolf in Traffic, and you know, they continue to switch back and forth. Films like Werewolf by Night and the Underworld franchise and things like that. We're gonna do like just a little bit of both. So yeah, we have a much more canine lupine facial build, but I'm going to try to get a little bit of human being in there. Another airplane. Okay. My history with horror goes back pretty far. I first got into horror when my mom showed me Creature from the Black Lagoon, which of course changed my life. I really got into horror movies after that. A lot of the classics. So we were mentioning the Wolfman, and the Wolfman's definitely one of them. There's a lot of great horror from every era, you know, from the silent era all the way up to the present. This is why I was saying earlier on, you know, if you guys have recommendations for horror movies you like, no matter what time period it's from, let us know in the comments below, because I'm actually very eager to, you know, for new suggestions that people like, films or comics or games, anything that inspires you, anything that lets your geek side show. Yeah, let us know in the comments below, because I definitely like to learn more. Okay. This is how he's coming along. I was gonna say more realistic, but I hope this isn't realistic. For the werewolf's sake, I hope it's not realistic. He's like, kill me! Alrighty. Gonna get like another hand or claw in there. I'm trying to... So far, so good, guys? Okay. Okay. We're gonna try to get another hand or paw in there. Nice thing about the werewolf is that he can take himself for a walk, he can scoop up his own poo-poo, and he can chase his own car. Yeah, he can just park his car, and then he has an easy time chasing it because he knows where it is. Anyway. Okay, so far so good. I mean, it's alright. I mean, you know, there's things I'm looking at this now and wanting to nitpick and change, but that's just part of how it goes when you're an artist. It's a lot of, you know, trial and error, but don't be afraid to make mistakes, because, you know, there's a lot of great things that can happen just by accidental discovery. I'm going back to the dry marker here so I can get that nice hairy texture on our boy. Okay. So we were talking about zombies earlier. You guys need to comment not only what your favorite zombie movie is, what's your favorite werewolf movie? I've already mentioned quite a number of them when I first started drawing our puppy here. So far so good? Yeah, I hope so. What can we do? Let's take a chance and try a dried out, a dead tree in the background. Maybe this'll work, maybe not, but we're gonna try. Because it's good to try. It's good to take chances. But yeah, you can see there's a... Alrighty, so coming around alright? I hope so. If not, I'm fired. And no. Okay. Oh yeah, so a little bit of definition there, a little bit of whatnot. Best way to get good at anything is to practice, so any artists out there, you know, practice a lot. And not only that, have your own personal projects too, because that's one of the great things that's going to motivate you to want to learn more and continue. A big part of what inspired me to, you know, just keep on drawing and keep on testing myself were the comics I make and, you know, the monster art like this. And, you know, it definitely inspires you to want to learn more. And then you start to go out and, you know, challenge yourself to learn something new and study new materials and get lots of figure drawing in. Life drawing always helps, because then, you know, you can draw realistic stuff like this pretty face. And let's try our silver marker one more time. Oh no, Silver killed the werewolf! It's okay, good puppy, good puppy. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I mean, it's not doing a hell of a lot, but, you know, we tried, and experimentation is a huge part of growth and development, and all that poppycock. I think I'm actually going to take a chance on this big chunky boy and get a lot more areas of black in just to define, because a lot of the head and the body were starting to meld together, and a nice way to break that up is just with some solid darks, or as solid of a dark as we can get on a fabric hat. So, so far so good, guys? Yeah, so let's put the puppy on the stack, and we'll call him done for the moment, and let's try another one. Now, we had a lot of fun at Drawtacular drawing a very popular character sitting on the potty. That would be Cthulhu. So why don't we do a Cthulhu on this one, or Cthulhu, or Steve, or whatever you want to call him. Cthulhu is, of course, the brainchild of Howard Phillips Lovecraft, one of the most influential horror authors of the 20th century. Cthulhu has inspired a lot of horror stories. Lovecraft has inspired a lot of authors, filmmakers, artists, musicians, because, you know, I guess it's the appeal of something that is so massively powerful that it can drive you cuckoo labanza just by thinking about it, or looking upon it, or smelling it. I wouldn't imagine he smells very good. So that, yeah, very basic start. I don't remember if he has multiple eyes or not, but that was in the statue we were drawing the other day. Definitely check it out. It's a very nice piece, which is also available now. And we have just the big octopoid head, which I'm going to sort of hint at a human skull, although for some reason it's coming across very much like a rear end. And those of you guys who watch the Drawtacular, especially with a certain character I drew with a very pronounced rear, I hope you all don't think that's all I think about, because I mean it is, but we've also got nice things to draw, such as eldritch monstrosities. Here are Cthulhu's huge nails. Drawing hands is tricky.
Hands is tricky.
Yeah, so far, yeah, decent enough. We'll put a little solid black underneath that to separate the fingers from the palms. I'm doing another hand over here. This is a challenge, just drawing sideways like this. I'm trying to angle this so that you guys can see what I'm doing, but, you know, bear with me. So, yeah, as I had mentioned in Drawtacular, translating Lovecraft to film has always been a massive challenge because it's very difficult for some reason for a lot of people. There have been numerous attempts, some successful, some unsuccessful, but like we were saying with the zombies and werewolves, if you guys out there have a favorite Lovecraft film, definitely let us know, because always curious. Always curious. Plus, you know, I'm willing to give even a bad Lovecraft adaptation another try, just to see how people interpret things. It's always fascinating. Trying to do the rubbery scales that are implied. Let's go with the dragon wings. I guess Klalu was sort of a dragon, sort of, kind of, sort of, a seafood dragon. There's one wing there, whatever. Yeah, this is rough, but that's okay. Sometimes artists need to challenge themselves. And figuring out challenges is, you know, develops the brain, makes it juicy for zombies. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Nothing too much at this point. Just for a change of pace, we're going to hit those solid blacks first. And then we're going to work our way into just the lighter, the grays, and the feathering textures, just to see what happens. This is a big fat marker, so if you do end up getting this hat, don't take any deep breaths around it. But you're going to look, if you happen to win this hat, you're going to look really snazzy wearing it, so make sure you wear it to weddings, job interviews, funerals, and of course the end of the world. You're gonna, maybe if, you know, some eldritch being sees you wearing this thing, they'll go a little easier on you. Maybe. Unless you go mad. So you see, yeah, that's what we have, the solid blacks there that help push the hands and the head forward. Let's go back to our feathering here. Just to push the wings a little bit back. We're not using solid black on the wings because that'll bring them too far forward. A lot of drawing, especially with toning and shading, is about just pushing and pulling, you know, balancing out where you want the eye to go and what's the most important thing, more important things in the scene. So yeah, you can kind of see the wing there. We have a little bit of definition on it, but it's not as dark or as up front as the body. And I think we're going to leave most of the head white so it stays in focus. So far so good? Okay. Let's get a little bit more definition on that head. And put some brows here. It's almost like we're implying that there is a skull or bone in here, even though, of course, an octopus wouldn't have that, but Klalu isn't really quite an octopus. I'm going to go with a ridge in the center. I'm going to define them tentacles a little more. Actually, yeah, let's... I'm going to take it... Yeah... Some of this is getting a little rough, but it's hard to say. Let's try that silver marker again just to see what happens. Yeah, probably should have left some of that a little just blank whiter. Can't go too crazy. Actually, yes, you can go as crazy as you want. Let's try the silver in here just to see if we get more definition. It's another airplane. Looking good, all right? I hope so. And, yeah. Okay, and why not? Let's see what happens if we put like a little bit of stars and sky, or maybe it's Maybe it's Bubbles, maybe he's still at the bottom of the ocean. Dead Cthulhu waits dreaming, or lies dreaming, or sits on his couch watching soap operas, waiting for the chance to drive the world crazy. I think that'll do it. So, yeah. Big happy boy. He's happy to see you. Okay, guys, we got one more, and let's go, let's do something a little different in tone. So we have Mort over there. Let's draw another Sideshow character. That's going to be Misfortune. So I'm going to give it a shot. Misfortune is a character that I think predates my time at Sideshow. I did redesign her, though, so that artwork you see when you're on the Misfortune page, that's something I drew. Misfortune's design, I was very lucky that they gave me a lot of freedom to do my own interpretation of the character. I made her a goth girl because goth girls are the best, and kind of gave her an old school goth girl kind of feel with the big hair and whatnot. It's kind of a homage to a lot of the great goth icons, Susie Sue and Lydia Lunch and Dinah Cancer, and you know, that great era that us old timers know. And if you have a favorite goth singer or band of your own, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'm always eager to find out more. Very, very basic so far. Yeah, she's coming along. So, have you guys found any good codes for her yet? I just keep on getting told, go drink more coffee. And that's fine with me. I'm totally fine with that one. In fact, I've gotten that message 138 times. So I don't need any more enablers to drink more coffee because I'm going to do it anyway. We're going to go big and crazy with her hair. Why not? We got a whole head to cover, and if you happen to have giant 80s hair of your own, we're going to see how well this cap sits on top of it. This is tricky, though. This is trying to draw at this funny angle. So far, so good. Okay, please come out right. Please don't let me mess up. She's gonna look so doofy if I mess this up. That's okay, yeah. Okay, phew. I didn't like make her eyes going in two different directions. She looked like a cartoon character that just got bonked. So, yeah, in that Misfortune page you see, aside from the Goth Girl reference, she's also got the hands in all sorts of interesting positions. The hands were inspired by one of my all-time favorite artists, Steve Ditko, who I'm sure you guys all know very well from the very popular superheroes. But he did a lot more besides that. Ditko had a very, very nice way of drawing hands, very expressive, very unique. And if you can do Ditko hands yourself, then you've got great flexibility, because it's very hard to do. Okay. This is one hand so far. She's summoning a magical spell, I guess. So yeah, we're gonna do a similar trick we did with Cthulhu, which is we're gonna use black on the body to push the hands forward. Assuming I can draw the other hand at this crazy angle. Oh, I'm earning this, so. Anybody out there who wins one of these hats, you know what exactly I had to go through to make them, so I hope you wear them with pride, because this is not easy. But just because something's not easy doesn't mean it's not worth doing. And it doesn't mean it wasn't fun. I'm having a lot of fun. You guys out there having fun? Good? Well, I'm happy if you're happy. You're right. It's good to be fine. Okay, so this is what we got so far. Let's hit that solid black to push the body out. I'm running the risk of accidentally drawing over the hand, so that's okay. It's a gamble. We're going to take a chance. And it doesn't need to be perfect. As long as it doesn't look like poo-poo, I'll be happy. it's all right. So this is what we got so far, but you can see how we're like bringing. It's you know, balance, pushing and pulling, bringing the hands forward. I'm gonna blacken out like half of the hair, not the entire thing, because it'll just show you which way the light is coming from. I hope you guys have all been finding nice things on the Misfortune page, and I hope you've all been enjoying Spooktacular too, because this is a lot of fun, and I love being a part of it. Yeah, so let's do some spooky smoke effects. Speaking of Ditko, this is also another thing that he would have liked to have done, which is like these nice swirls. I'm just re-angling the pen a little bit just so I get different line weights. So like some of the lines are thicker than the others. Maybe it's working, maybe not, but I'm gonna do it anyway because what do I got to lose? Okay, so let's give her a little bit of eyeshadow. Goth girls take their makeup very seriously, and well, so do I for that matter. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, but whatever. Doing like a little bit of shadow on the fingers to maybe bring them forward, although I think I'm pushing my luck. So I better call this one done pretty soon. That's a very challenging thing when you're an artist, is trying to decide when is something finished. And the answer is that there's never any real answer. You just kind of go with your gut, or you wait until you make that one mistake you can't fix, and then... So here's Misfortune. Okay, guys, that's 5 hats right there. Thank you for watching this. I really hope you win one of these beauties, because, you know, I was very happy to draw these for everybody. I'm really hoping they end up in good hands and on good heads with delicious brains in them. Thank you for following along with Sideshow Spooktacular. Once again, this is Aiden. Once again, keep on drawing, keep on loving the horror season, keep on loving Halloween, and stay tuned to check and see what other goodies we have to offer.